Yippee-ki-yay, melon farmer.
Hey, welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker. We're having a look at something, and I'm sure some of you knife guys can see just by what's poking out there. Now, I was going to start this video off with, hey, buddies. Now, if you know that, you know. It's awesome little guy called or big guy called the hockey guy, and he's a cooker, and yeah, I just absolutely... As soon as I hear that, hey, buddies, I just relax like you wouldn't believe it. All right, let's have a look at this. This happens to be the Griffin Company F3.5 Scout. And there's also a F3 and an F2 version 2 as well. Now, this happens to be 3.5 inches long. So I wonder if you can guess why it's called the F3.5 Scout. And why the other ones are called the F3 and the F2 Scout. Well, if you can guess, you can give yourself a self-administered pat in the back, because that's better than a slap in the belly with a wet trout. Now, let's have a look at how long this thing is here. At 8.5 inches, it looks like it's just a little bit longer here than your paramilitary 2. And we've also got another EDC Hall of Fame, an 0562 by ZT. And I got to say, just right around that same size, and it is, I mean, if you're looking for a good kind of... EDC knife, having that 3.5 inches and that, 8 to 9 inches long, that's the way to go. Now, we've also got another one here, which is a CKF Blava. This is one of my absolute favorite knives, without a doubt. And this one here, man, oh man, it is coming close to that too. And then we'll have a quick look at this little bugger here. Just to kind of, I haven't brought this out in a while. I just thought we'd give that a look at size comparison. This one happens to be the Spyderco One-Eyed Jack, and this is an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous manufactured knife. Love this knife. This one here is never ever going to leave the collection for sure. But yeah, let's put this Blava away and let's have a look at the rest of this 3.5 Scout. All right, so overall length, like I said, is 8.5 inches, 3.5 inch long blade, and the handle length is 5 inches. And before we go any further, please don't forget to give the old thumbs up, as well as subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment in the bottom. Do appreciate you guys out there. So please don't forget to help me spread my voice. Now, this one here happens to be OEM by Best Tech. I want to say that right off the bat. Even though this is a Canadian company, it looks like they do some pre-orders out there. And then they also do a drop. They send it out to some retailers right across North America here. And then you can pick yourself up one of these. I never thought that I would own a Best Tech knife again, because one of them did an absolute number to my thigh called it's called the Best Tech Tulip. So you can have a look at that, and I'll put something probably up in the corner here where you can click on that one and you can see what a little 1.5 inch knife did to my thigh. It gave me a huge gash, and I gotta say, it was total user error. I'm not blaming that knife. So it was just plain old stupidity. Now, the other thing too as well is I wish I had a little bit of a better war story for that big gash across my thigh. Chicks dig scars, and when I tell them, hey, it was a little tulip that did it, it gets no play whatsoever. All right, so let's go back to this thing here. Handle thickness here is 0.535 inches, which is a little over ½ inch, which seems to be, it fills the hand really, really well. I got big double XL hands, and this thing here is perfectly suited for that. It's 5.75 ounces, which is still not like it's not really a saggy pants dropper or nothing like that, but it's getting close to that. Once you get over that 6 ounces, it seems to be a little bit too heavy for, especially something if you've got some shorts or sweatpants on. But this one here is still, it's beefy and heavy enough to know that it's quality, and it's got, just thickness built into it, but it's not so heavy that it's going to be too heavy to carry. Now, it is a CPM Magna Cut with almost a fully flat ground blade. Now, they call it a flat ground on the website, or one of the websites, but it's basically kind of a saber grind here. It's flat ground. There is no hollow into it, but there is this little flat here, which makes it nice to grab a hold of with some of your sharpening stuff here. Now, it does have there is a right-hand version. This one happens to be right-hand tip-up carry. Now, you can get a left-hand tip-up carry too as well. So there is left-handed knives available, and there is So that's a huge bonus. Now, you're probably not going to find too many left-hand uh, uh, Griffins out there. Um, sorry, my thing just went away here. You're not going to probably find too many. Here, let me do something here for a second, here, guys. You're not going to find too many left-hand Griffins available just out there in the wild, but I'm sure they exist out there. But you're better off going to their um, going to their website and just putting a pre-order in when they do the next drop. Now I'm not sure when the next drop is going to be, so you can probably drop your email out there and they'll give you a contact when that stuff is going to be coming back into stock again. Now this one happens to have here a G10 inlay. There are all sorts of ways that you can get this knife. And so here we have the certificate of authenticity as well as the finish. And so you can actually, if you want to pause that and have a look and see it the way that they're able to get. So the next time they do a drop and you want to custom order one, these are a lot of the finishes that they've got in the past. And I'm sure going forward, they'll be able to accommodate too as well. So if you want to get like a Damascus blade, or if you want to get a Damascus inlays, they've got them out there and they look absolutely gorgeous. So we'll put that away here. Now, one of the other things here too as well that I really like coming out of some of these newer knife companies, and it's only been in the last couple or 3 years that I've seen this. And you know what, there may be a guy out there who knows of another company doing it way earlier than that, but you can see that they're starting to send, you know, stuff that's a little bit of extra stuff with the knife. So you've got like a lock bar insert in there. You've got some couple of cage ceramic bearings, you know, in there. You've got some body clips, pivot clips, stop pin. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy that the companies are doing that right now. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, so the detent on here also is steel. It's a front flipper, and I gotta say, it rockets out. It is also really gorgeous drop shot too. Now you can spidey flick it too, that I just misfired there. But you could also, once in a while, I can kind of thumb flick it, but it's got to be kind of in the right, I don't know, the right amount of stickiness to my thumb at that time and stuff like that. But for the most part, if you're going to thumb open it, you do the pinch opening here with your back finger, and then you kind of slow roll it open, or even fast roll it open if you get real good at it. I am not real good at that pinch and roll. But I can pull it off without dropping on this knife and, you know, cutting my thigh again. All right, so let's just see here. So you do have all the important stuff too as well. It's got ceramic bearings in it. You've got yourself a nice detent, an over travel stop. You've got a lock bar insert, so you're not going to be having that lock stick. And of course, for me, having that a nice titanium back spacer and a where to a pin to hold your lanyard. I love lanyards. I don't like it when a knife comes without a lanyards. I am using these beads now that I got from my buddy Chris to hook on to clips, which I'm starting to be able to kind of, oh man, back in the past, my OCD wouldn't let me do that whatsoever. It just drove me bananas, and I've gotten rid of a few knives in the past just because they had no lanyard holes or no lanyard spots. But now I'm starting to find a way, and I got to say thanks to you, Chris, buddy. I appreciate it so much. And if you want to buy any of these kind of beads here from Chris, I'll leave his address in the description. And you guys can give him a call and you can hook something up because he does some awesome work. And that's where I originally heard of the Griffin company. I gotta say I'm a little bit embarrassed because they've been around since I think 2015, but I never really heard from them or heard about them until last year. And the reason I kind of heard about it was I ended up doing a deal here with my buddy Chris to get myself some drivers. And he just basically told me that the reason he started kind of making these is, you know, he loves that driver look, but you know, Griffin Company was there like over $200, and they're like some big dough. And he thought, well, I'm going to learn how to do this and do it myself, and you know, maybe I'll help some other guys out there. And I got to say, man, he does beautiful work, and Yeah, they're absolutely fantastic. So I'll leave you a link for if you want to buy yourself some of these drivers. Yeah, buy them from my buddy Chris. He's an awesome guy. But if you see one of these out in the wild, get it. I ended up getting this by a trade via trade. I traded a React Zorro for it, and I gotta say, man, oh man, I was so pleasantly surprised when this thing came out, and it wasn't like I was looking to, if I would have ended up keeping that Zorro, it would have been the end of my world or nothing like that. I just wanted to get a different knife for the channel, and I gotta say, man, oh man, I like this about 10 times more than I like that React Zorro. And React makes a tremendous knife, but man, oh man, the fit and finish on this knife is excellent. The ergonomics are excellent. The blade detent is phenomenal. The hydraulicness and drop shutness of this blade is fantastic. And man, oh man, it's just fantastic. It's awesome. And I love this knife. And hey, if you have the opportunity to buy one of these out in the wild, I'd say absolutely do it. Now, if you look at them, if you can still find them in stores in the States, they're 380-ish USD. So that's quite a bit. It's over 500. But I know that there's another one here in Canada for sale. I just saw it out there. It had the Damascus inlays, and it was sweet for about 650 Canadian. I gotta say, man, oh man, if you got the extra bucks, you could not go wrong with this knife. CPM MagnaCut, titanium, Damascus inlays, beautiful fit and finish. The clip holds on to your pants really, really well. It hides away in your pocket, and I gotta say, if you want to support another Canadian company, buy some stuff from these guys because this knife is fantastic. And I gotta say, thank you so much out there for hanging about here. Please stay safe out there. Keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.